After a restful night at our local hotel, we begin our normal route expedition with a quick stop at the Horcones Ranger Station. Here, we present our climbing permits and are ready to begin our Aconcagua summit bid. We begin the trek to our first camp of Confluencia by following the Horcones Gulch to the north. We no longer have to get our feet wet when we cross the Horcones River. There is now a modern bridge in place, built during the filming of the movie 7 Years in Tibet. Following the right side of the river, native Argentine grasses cover El Durazno Gulch as the gradual incline ushers us into our camp at Confluencia. We set up camp and enjoy our first night on the mountain. The following day, we take an acclimatization hike to Plaza Francia. During this hike, we gain 700 meters of altitude, giving our bodies proper acclimatization, and enjoy a beautiful view of the south side of the summit before returning back to Confluencia for the night. The next morning, we depart Confluencia for base camp Plaza de Mulas. We descend briefly to once again cross the Horcones River and continue to the Playa Ancha Valley, an open rock field 10 kilometers long. As we progress through the valley, Quebrada del Sargento Mas, a razor-sharp pyramid-like formation, and the summit of Aconcagua can both be seen directly ahead. The gradual approach leads us up to Plaza de Mulas, where we check in at the ranger station before making this camp our home for the next several days. Here, for purchase, you can take a hot shower, use the internet, and enjoy other modern conveniences. Our bid for the summit continues by moving to our first camp of Canada. The route winds us from Plaza de Mulas through El Semaforo, a well-marked path twisting between rocky outcroppings before it opens a diagonal path leading to a ridge. This ridge is Camp Canada and our home for the night. We set up camp and enjoy the beautiful mountain views as we settle into our tents to rest. The following day, we depart for Nido de Condores. We pass by a well-known landmark, the 5,000-meter stone, then continue our ascent to the left of the mountain face until we arrive at Camp Nido. From here, spectacular views of the Aconcagua summit and the surrounding areas can be seen. After our stay at Camp Nido, we climb to Camp Colora. This will be our final high camp. We make our way eastward, past El Balcón Amarillo, a colorful rock formation, and past Camp Berlin before arriving at our highest and windiest camp at Colora. Here, we set up tents and make final preparations in anticipation of our summit climb. Weeks of preparation and acclimatization are now put to the test. Our pre-dawn summit climb begins after a warm breakfast and all last-minute preparations are complete. The well-defined route starts across a section called White Rocks, where it follows the northern side of the mountain leading to switchbacks before arriving at Refugio Independencia. At this common emergency shelter and resting place, we continue to evaluate the team's health and address any group concerns. Next, we cross the Traverse. This well-traveled path takes us across a windy and exposed face directly below the summit. Our path increases in elevation before our arrival at the cave. Here, at this large indentation in the mountain face, we rest and reevaluate what gear we need for our final push to the summit. We are now left with the final stretch, the renowned Canaleta. This steep and unrelenting ridge extends toward the west until switching back towards the east at the summit proper to avoid the southern wall exposure. Focusing on pressure breathing and rest stepping helps us keep a steady pace as we slowly reach the rooftop of South America. Weeks of preparations have now paid off. Congratulations and excitement fills the air as we celebrate the incredible accomplishment of our triumphant climb. We savor the summit views as long as weather permits, and then descend back to high camp where we fall into our tents and sleep with the knowledge of a well-deserved climb to the summit of Mount Aconcagua. The following morning, we awake with sore bodies and smiles on our faces. We have just climbed the highest summit in both the southern and western hemispheres. After breakfast, we pack up our bags and begin our descent for the final time to our base camp of Plaza de Mulas. Here, we are greeted with a celebratory meal and we enjoy our final night on the mountain. In the morning, we pack up all our belongings and prepare for the long trek out from Plaza de Mulas to the park entrance. We reflect upon the weeks past and the great experiences during our Summit Aconcagua expedition as we make the long trek out to the park entrance. Arriving at the park entrance, our private transportation awaits our return to transfer us to Mendoza for a night out on the town or relaxing at the hotel. For more information or to plan your expedition, visit us at summitaconcagua.com.